Good afternoon, fellow graduates, beloved parents, distinguished guests, and to our esteemed faculty and administration. I hope everyone is safe at home and in good spirits as we celebrate this one-of-a-kind milestone today. Before anything else, I would like to dedicate this moment to my family. My family? Oh my god. You are truly the most important persons in my life. You have quite literally lifted me up and pushed me to become the person I am today, and I'm so grateful I get to share this moment with you. This is yours as much as it is mine. I never imagined that I would be giving a pre-recorded graduation speech, but these days, anything goes. So here it goes. Not having a normal college graduation was one of my biggest grievances in the middle of all of this. As someone from the disabled community, having a traditional graduation was the one thing I had been working towards for the past 6 years of my life. I craved that sense of normalcy. And to have that taken away by something uncontrollable was very difficult. But when I was told that I had the honor to be this year's class speaker, that grievance instantly turned into joy and excitement. To be recognized for all of the hard work I put in, and to be recognized as someone best fit to represent the entire graduating batch, proved to be a very proud and humbling moment that I will treasure forever. Fun fact, I've actually written parts of this speech throughout my years in Mint. Not because I expected it, but because on the off chance that I were to be given this platform to speak in front of the school for 15 minutes, I wanted it to matter. But putting this all together was a challenge, and I really didn't know where to start. So taking my cue from our collective favorite and beloved teacher, I decided to start with my truths. One of the biggest things I know to be true is this. You are exactly where you need to be, as long as you keep moving. Except during a pandemic, obviously. None of us wanted to be here. But generally speaking, I truly believe that no matter where you are in life right now, you are exactly where you need to be. Even if it doesn't feel like it, as long as you keep making conscious decisions every day to keep moving towards a clear goal, no matter how small, you're already doing better than you think you are. In all the years I've spent at Mint, only a handful of people know my full story. Whenever someone starts to ask in hushed tones, Ate Aya, can I ask you something? 90% of that time, the next part of the question is, what happened to you? While looking at my wheelchair. And since I have all of you here now, kids, this is what happened. The summer of my freshman year in high school, I got into a car accident that left me paralyzed from the chest down. It was a time when I essentially got everything I wanted as a high school freshman. I got into our school's cheerleading squad, a goal I've had since I was in grade 4. But even as I enjoyed this dream come true, it wasn't enough. I was restless and unfulfilled with how that summer was going, and I decided I needed an adventure. And that adventure was going on a spontaneous late-night road trip to Tagaytay. On our way back, we got into a car accident and fell off a ditch on the side of the road. I spent months in the hospital and in rehab trying to get used to this new normal that would last me the rest of my life. To keep a sense of normalcy, my parents had me homeschooled. But coming from a big school all my life, I was uneasy. I needed to be around people. Even as a kid, I was always active in school. I loved school. I was a Bibo kid who was always class officer, and I was always dancing and singing in contests and school programs. Having all that taken away after only a year of high school was a pretty heavy blow for me, and I took it really hard. The next few years that followed was a very dark place. I didn't know it back then, but I was exactly where I needed to be. I needed to be stuck in that space for a while because it forced me to reevaluate myself. Who I was, what I wanted to do, and who I wanted to be. I was forced to find a direction. And while I was navigating my way through that darkness, I was witness to all my friends go through high school and eventually college, having all of these experiences and creating memories together. And here I was, not even allowing myself to wish for that. But the universe really has a funny way of bringing people together. One summer, years and years ago, I got an email from Isa, our Miss Isa, who found my blog through a mutual friend and asked me if I could give a talk to a small group of women for her movement called the Better Story Project. I didn't really know why she asked me particularly or that I had something valuable to say, but something in me said yes. It was a pivotal moment. It opened so many doors to new people and new opportunities. As fate would have it, she said she was a teacher in this new school called Mint College, and admittedly, I was scared and anxious, but I knew I needed to try. It only took 20 seconds of courage, and look where it brought me. I honestly never thought that it was a possibility for me to have the same kind of fun and fulfilling college experience my friends had, but I guess there was really no stopping Mint. The moment I entered Mint, I just knew. I couldn't explain it, but I knew that this was it. This really is it. There are very few moments in life when you just know, and Mint was one of them for me. Life was about to change, and I was all in. Since then, I've had the best time learning inside and mostly outside of the classroom. I've had the most fun leading Mint creatives and designing posters and event spaces, organizing school events with the Mint Prod team, entering and winning marketing competitions with the Mint Junior Marketing Association, and even checked an item off my bucket list and directed a short play with the theater kids. Although I may have worn many different hats in my time here, my favorite will always be just being your Ate Aya, who will always be there to support you in everything you do. And sure, I may not have experienced being a cheerleader in the traditional sense, but I've experienced cheering for friends topping the Spotify charts, Adobe Design Awards, marketing competitions, getting into film festivals, watching gigs and plays, or just giving words of encouragement while chasing a tight deadline, which is always. It's a different kind of school pride, and I really wouldn't have it any other way. Our school may be small, but I'm so grateful for this space. It's a space I never imagined I could actually flourish, a space where students are free to explore being whoever and whatever they wanted to be. I am grateful for the admin and staff, especially Kuya Arman, who has always gone the extra mile to help us whenever we have events. I am grateful for the Mint family, this community of creatives who are the most supportive of each other and are always ready to extend a helping hand when you need it. True to living our school values, even this video speech is a collaboration of talents. One last school project. I am grateful for my MMA family, to my profs who have molded me into the creative I am today. Miss Nina, Miss Dulcie, Miss Cecil, Miss Mickey, Sir Sam, Sir Abe, Sir Henrik, and Sir John, even if your critique sessions take 2 hours long. And of course to our MMA queen mother, Miss Liza, who has been the voice inside my head and my guiding light in all things design and creatives. Since my very first design class, you all have held me at the highest standard, pushed me to grow and never settle for anything less. But just as important, you always left room for play. I am grateful for our professors and mentors who have taught us not just to be creative, but to be thinking creatives. More than just the required skill sets, you also taught us to explore ideas and really put ourselves out there. To try often and fail often. To create and collaborate on new ideas and skills, which is why it's not shocking for film students to star in and direct short plays, for MMA students to be part of marketing competitions, and for business students to have songs on Spotify playlists. It's always a struggle for us to explain Mint culture to other people because it's really uniquely ours. We are not perfect, and the learning is constant, but I'm grateful that we take care of each other in the best ways we know how. I'm grateful for my Mint friends who have been my trusted sounding board over the years, over typefaces and color palettes, my partners in events, tight deadlines, and in chismes. My college experience wouldn't have been nearly half as great without all of you. I am grateful for my lifelong friends who have been my rocks and my constants in this unpredictable thing we call life. Thank you for being the best support system, always believing in me and never treating me any differently after all these years. I love you for always and forever until we're all old and gray. Most especially, I am grateful for my family. To Mel, who has been my most trusted silent companion all these years. To my brother, who has always had my back in whatever, through whatever. And to my parents who have never pushed any ideas on me and my brother to fit certain molds. It is because of you that I get to be able to live a life that I love so fully and have the privilege to share it with others. A friend once told me that the love you have for me manifests so clearly into how I love other people, and I think that's one of the truest truths. That love is my true north, and you are the best people I know. It's because of you that I get to bloom and grow in spaces that I never thought I could. It's because of you that I had 20 seconds of courage tucked away in my back pocket when I decided to apply for Mint. Just like in anything I do, there was no second guessing. In your own words, you just said, "Sige lang anak." So I did, and here I am. I truly, truly love this space. I've had 6 years of it. Here was exactly where I needed to be. To explore, to fail, to grow, and to thrive. And it has been the greatest joy to see my peers succeed in their fields, inside and outside of their comfort zones, while being in Mint. During our time here, we have all experienced some kind of pain, failure, burnout, and everything in between. But we were exactly where we needed to be during those times in our lives. And our journey has led us here, in this moment, in this graduation. It may not have been on a stage, and it might have taken us a while, maybe an extra sem, an extra year, or 2 or 3, but we're here. I hope that even though we are celebrating this momentous occasion, socially distant through our screens, our internet connection will keep us together. I hope that this moment gives us small pockets of joy to carry us through these times of uncertainty. To my fellow graduates, congratulations to us. Not only because we finally made it, but because of our resilience. We have powered through our thesis, group projects, all-nighters, extracurricular activities, laziness, creative blocks, imposter syndrome, the uncertainty of building a career in business and the arts, a global pandemic, and most importantly, you powered through the reaction papers. Congratulations, because every day you made a choice to show up and be here. And maybe some days were easier than others, but you showed up anyway. I am so proud of you. As we step out of this comfort zone, I hope we continue to show up and choose courage even when we're scared, especially when we're scared. No one ever changed the world by staying still. Sure, they took a breath in between, but they changed the world because they made a choice every day to move forward. Sometimes backwards, and that's okay too. Be an active protagonist in your own story. Always choose to take that journey strengthened by courage, and I promise you that it will be hard and grueling and draining, but it will be incredible. Through all of that inevitable hardship, you will grow, you will find yourself, and it will be worth it. My hope is that when we outgrow the spaces we thrived in, we leave it a little bit better than when we came. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't even have to matter to everyone. It just has to matter to someone. With that said, I would like to end this TED Talk by sharing a few more things I know to be true. These words have carried me through all the important moments in my life, both big and small. And I hope it serves as your call to great things as you navigate the real world in your new normal. Be good and courageous and bold and make a difference. Not change the world exactly, but the bit around you. Change lives through art, maybe. Cherish your friends, stay true to your principles, live passionately and fully and well. Congratulations, freshly minted class of 2020. We made it. Now go change that bit around you.